Welcome to another big edition of Rawk Haul, this third edition. Legendary Scott Waters is happy to see, after me teasing about the US losing in hockey last edition, well, the Vancouver Giants and the Western Hockey League are losing. But anyway, let's get to it. It's got to be a quick thing here. Lots to show. Here's some last night's show. For Airborne, the only thing I got from Airborne was this. The Canadian version. The shirts had lots of skulls on them or whatever. I'm not a skull guy, so that was a drag. But anyway, the band that was with them though, The Wild, were excellent. This is one album. They have a new album coming out in February or something. But man, these guys were. I thought they were from Australia. I didn't know who they were while I was watching them, and found out they were from Kelowna, BC. So they gave Airborne a run for the money. But the singer for Airborne, the guitarist slash singer, fell right during the last part of the last song, and he got up and he kept playing, but he was being helped up, and then he thought that he broke his ankle. So right after the song ended, he kept playing, but I left right away, and when I went out on the sidewalk, he was getting carted by two people, carried up the sidewalk. He's got no shirt on, and they're hustling him to a car or ambulance or something, I don't know, but that was pretty sad, but he was pretty gutsy, so I don't know if he's canceled some shows after that, or they have. But anyway, here's the Wild shirt. It's pretty nice, actually. Here's the front. And here's the back. So I'll probably wear this. So I'm going to watch out for them. Man, the Prince of Rockwater, 7 Parts Unknown. I love those guys. And gave me a couple of these things. There's the website if you want to check out some stuff. I'll post some footage of them. Oh, here's the Airborne. I'm just not a skull guy, so. But anyway, tossed in a sticker there. So now let's just get to the other haul from today. This was like $1 or something. This band Common Sense, I've never heard of them. Just went by the picture. It's pretty dark. But one of those blind buys. I don't know if any of you have heard of them. It says live at the something or other. But I've got to rattle these off fast. I don't have enough time. Pat Travers cassette for cheap. Crash and Burn. That was like 50 cents. I can't remember, but the same with Aerosmith. Still tough to choose between Rocks and Toys in the Attic. This is a really funny Fox from Vancouver put out a comedy album. There's like 47 different things. Look at this. There you go. Noise Spectrum in Philadelphia. Screw you Leafs fans. And they wrote this on here. Quit phoning to bug us. I don't know. Don't know the story there. Here's another blind buy. I can't remember if this was 50 cents. It's sealed, but it's a band called Hard Drive. Push start. But the back shows them hanging out on these wrecks. So I thought, oh, well, a band like that might be worth a blind buy try for cheap. And your typical Van Halen too. I'll probably use that as a trader. I like Van Halen 1 way better. Here's one I was really happy to find for 50 cents. The Halo Friendlies. I got a couple of their other albums later. Or I think just 2. This one I remember, I think I've heard it and it was a little too raw. Just like the Donna's first album or Green Day's first album. A little bit raw, but for 50 cents, pick it up. And then this is one I was wondering about. Solar Powered Rocket. For some reason I think it wasn't too bad, but I can't remember. Canadian, I think. Maybe not. Well, I don't know much about them. So anyhow, and this, Rumors, I've had this album before. This was $1. And I remember liking it. Let's see if we got a picture of him. Ooh, looks like it's autographed. Oh, no, almost an all-girl band. 1, 2, 3. You've forgotten how I might even fall. Anyway, yeah, I remember liking him. I haven't heard him for a few years, so I think that was 50 cents. Here was a real shocker. There's a song on this album called Bad Times. I played it on my radio show a number of times. Man, what a fantastic song. And the rest, I don't know. It's pretty heavy. It's totally heavy, like Orange Amp style heavy. Ian Blurton, I believe, is on this album. But anyway, I gotta get through this. These guys are Christian power punk and pop roller. They're like MXPX, Green Day, Offspring type thing. I heard it through. It has fast songs, mid-tempo, really chunky, really catchy. Really enjoyed it. Sound quality was great. Here's one just for a trader. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I've never seen this album in my life. Black Moon. Don't know anything about it, but ELP. It's gonna be worth something. Then this, I just stumbled on this. $2.99 each for these. It says previously listened to, but here's live 38 special with Hang On Loosely and Caught Up and Used Good. Wild Eyed Southern Boys is good, so should be alright. Always good to have backup copies of these, especially if you want blood, you've got it. Then anyone who lives in Canada knows the Vinyl Cafe on CBC Radio, Stuart McLean. It's a double CD for $1. It's just sort of comedy stories. Not like a stand-up comedy, but more just storytelling, but he's got really, really good things like that. Here's going to be a gift, because I'm not a fan of this band, but pretty darn nice, thick hardcover book. So, well, he likes the Kings, so... Okay, now we're getting into the vinyl. I remember checking this out when I first became a Christian back in the mid-'80s, and it still wasn't that heavy. Like, for how it looks, it should be rockier, but I don't know, I haven't heard it for a long time, so don't know much, can't remember much about it. Here's for $2. UK Live. I think it's a little too, might be keyboardy, new wavy, something like that back then, but more rocky in a way too, but I can't remember, I haven't heard it. That's more for a trader type thing. This has some good songs on it. Canada's very own Harlequin. Probably my favorite album by them. They've got a couple up, but this was a little heavier. Sweet Things in Life is the song that still gets played on FM radio where I live. I'd like to see them live. I saw them way back in the day, but... And then Outlaws for $2. Hurry Sundown's a really good song. Can't remember much about the rest. But for $2. Then we get into this. $2.50. Not for sale. Promo 12-inch. Black vinyl. No, so that was kind of cool. And this is really something special. 1980. Brandi Hanson. I think I hope it's the same Brandi Hanson that did a Jimi Hendrix tribute. And I've seen him live back in the day, and he was really, really good. So I don't know if this was from a studio album that came out, or... So anyway, I thought that was interesting for $2.50. And this thing's got some great live stuff on it. Vancouver Seeds. C. Fox put out. Kick-Axe. Didn't care about Jim, the other two, but the Headpin's live too. Really only Breaking Down. When a Man Loves a Woman's not my favorite by them, but Breaking Down's great, and Kick-Axe Prelude and that Reality is a Nightmare is a great 7-minute long type thing. I think they have a C. Fox label. Go ahead and get it out. The Foxrox. There we go. Yeah, I had to get that. That was like $2 again. So, then Louis Ferrer III bought some Angel recently. I don't know. I don't think he ended up with this album though. This was $2. I still like the song Pressure Point by Angel the best. My favorite song by them. Another one that was $2, I was pretty surprised, was this. Huh. Way underrated live album. Yeah, Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush. Couldn't pass that up. And then this was in the $2 bin. I went, whoa. But there's no record in it. I said, oh, if there's no record in it. And he goes, oh, I'll just throw that out. And I go, oh, no, I don't mind. I'll keep that. So that's a nice souvenir. Anyway, I love that cover for some reason, just the purple. Now we're getting into the little more action here. Found this for, I don't know, $3 or something. And I think Cloudy, Stormy, Milder knows about this one. I can't remember if this is the one he has, but that's probably the show I was at, because I saw them when they came. Here's the front. Yeah, for a couple of bucks. And then this was only $5. This made my jaw drop, because I've looked at this in stores before, and it's always like $20, $30, $40. I don't know why it doesn't say To Heaven and Back Again, but they didn't want to, or whoever didn't want to. But double DVD, I think. Oh, big booklet. No, I really wanted this to be fast, but holy cow, it's like a concert program. Great pictures. Saxon, Saxon. Oh, anyway. So it's got it. Look at the stuff on here. It's probably pretty dark. Well, I don't know. I haven't checked the list. And the last two purchases. Had to pay the full freight for this one, but it was worth it. Here's the back. Which is nice. And here's the front. I don't know. I just thought it was too nice to pass up. I hummed and hawed, but... And then the big one that I really hummed and hawed about, I even walked around the Flippin Mall stewing about it, and then I ended up buying it. Here's the front. Typical hoodie, and here's the back. But that does it. So here's the shirt I wore to Airborne. I sure got I don't know, 4, 5, 6 compliments on it. Where'd you get that shirt from? And I'm gonna make sure I wear it to see the Sabbath tribute band I'm going to tomorrow night. Yeah, this could be my favorite shirt of all. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget, slower traffic. Oh, where's my friend? Oh, I'll let Scott Waters say goodbye, because he's the biggest Penguins fan I know. Slower traffic. Keep left or right. Right, Cloudy?